Many people have been asking for a Cool Kicks update. Cool Kicks is basically in the middle of some serious legal messes right now after LAPD raided their Santa Monica warehouse and found 2,100 pairs of stolen Nike shoes plus a ton of apparel worth over $500,000. The owner, Adil Shams, was arrested for receiving stolen property. That's just the starting point. Now, the Los Angeles District Attorney has to decide what the full list of charges will be, and that depends on what the investigation uncovers. If Cool Kicks can't prove they bought all those shoes legally, the DA could start stacking those charges. That could include being involved in an organized retail theft operation, like the suspicious coincidence of these stolen Nike products tied to another LAPD raid just a week later worth $1.4 million. A deep conspiracy if multiple parties were a part of it, or even money laundering if the profits from selling stolen products were mixed into business like normal revenue. Tax issues can also pop up if any of those transactions weren't properly reported, and business-wise, they are essentially cooked. Not just their social media reputation after the raid, but also the losses of the stolen goods. The seized items aren't coming back, they go back to Nike or the rightful owners. From here, they go through the multiple court processes, arrangement, negotiations, and most likely a plea deal, since cases with physical evidence like this almost never make it to trial, unless they somehow pull out rock-solid proof they bought all that inventory legitimately in just the span of 2 days like they claim. Yeah, buying $500,000 of product in 2 days seems unrealistic, but most likely the realistic endgame is a couple of felony charges, probation or short jail time, heavy fines, and even losing every item that was seized, and maybe even Cool Kicks' business license. Now here's where things get even weirder. Adil already had a private court hearing on October 23rd, and no information from that hearing has been released. That usually means that the court sealed the details, which can happen when multiple suspects are involved, when investigators are still building a legal case, or when the DA doesn't want the public seeing evidence before charges are finalized. He also has another court date set up for January, which suggests the case is still developing and prosecutors aren't done yet. The combination of a sealed hearing and a future court date usually means the situation is bigger than what's publicly known, and more charges or more people involved could still come to light. There are serious reasons to wonder if Cool Kicks is part of a larger network, not just some isolated reseller buying bad inventory. In early October, just days after Cool Kicks was raided, law enforcement announced they recovered about $1.46 million worth of stolen train cargo, including Nike shoes, power tools, and other goods from a house in East Los Angeles. And this isn't a one-off. Investigators say at least 10 separate heists targeting freight trains have occurred since 2024 across California and Arizona, netting millions of dollars worth of most likely stolen Nike sneakers, many still unreleased and highly resellable, just like the stolen pairs purchased from Cool Kicks. Allegedly, those train theft operations are described as organized, using inside tips, follow vehicles, and preying on high-value shipments hitting distribution lines. It makes logical sense that stolen cargo would need a fence, a warehouse or reseller willing to take the stolen goods, legitimize them, and distribute them into the resale market. And Cool Kicks, found with lots of Nike inventory, alleged stolen property, would fit the exact profile what such a fence might look like. On the flip side, no public record so far confirms a direct link between Cool Kicks and any of the known train heist crews or suspects. The official statements around the East LA raid did not name Cool Kicks or mention them as a buyer or involved party, but the timing, the type of merchandise, the Nike shoes and Nike apparel, and the scale of both operations are so similar that many in the sneaker community and likely investigators would view this as more than just a coincidence. To the claim that this elaborate stolen sneaker raid ruined Cool Kicks' reputation, I would lean towards saying it did. During the first wave of news, many people believed Cool Kicks was raided for selling counterfeit sneakers, which led to weeks of confusion, clarification, and even retractions from major publications. But by then, the damage was already done, and while some have tried to downplay the situation by saying, well, at least they weren't fake, right? The fact remains that being caught with over $500,000 worth of stolen sneakers is still extremely serious. Even with that, the Cool Kicks store continues operating as if nothing happened, despite their owner and several top warehouse employees being handcuffed and potentially facing the same legal issues as Adil Shams. Meanwhile, the interest in Cool Kicks on their YouTube channel has completely nosedived. A channel with nearly 2 million subscribers has recent uploads struggling to reach 10,000 views, with the other two most recent videos sitting far below the numbers they were pulling in before the raid. In the months before this, when they feature random niche internet personalities and Adil was appearing on camera, their views were steady and normal. Now, it's questionable whether their content will return featuring the main draw, those washed up personalities, or even Adil Shams himself, because having your face tied to Cool Kicks in a video right now probably isn't the best PR look, whether people fully understand the situation or not. Many of their recent comments reflect the same sentiment towards Cool Kicks and the $500,000 worth of stolen Nike sneakers and products, something that is not a small issue by any measure. At the end of the day, Cool Kicks is in a spot they're not climbing out of anytime soon. The legal stuff is still hanging over them, the raid questions aren't going away, and their online presence has basically flatlined. Whether they manage to recover or not really depends on what comes out in court, but for now, their name is tagged with a mess that's going to stick around for a while.